Mayberry, USA. On the Andy Griffith Show, the town was known as one of the friendliest and happiest places around. Maybe that's part of the appeal of the show. We live in a world now that's full of stress and complexities. That's why it's almost therapeutic and always relaxing to turn on the TV and take a trip back with Andy and the gang. So the other day, while reviewing the comment threads on another one of my Andy Griffith videos, I stumbled across a very interesting insight from YouTuber Shannon Pace. He said, the reason everyone was happy on the Andy Griffith Show is that they were all single. Yep, think about every one of the major characters on the show. Andy and Barney, single. Aunt Bee, a lifetime of singularity for this fine lady. Did I mention her pickles? Man, you've got to try those. Helen, Thelma Lou, well, not certain if they really wanted to be, but they were single as well. And Helen, well, in addition to teaching young Opie how to read and write, she was also a mother figure to a certain rock-throwing Ernest T. Bass. Of course, he would have loved to have gotten married. And who knows, maybe he and Romina eventually did tie the knot, although it was never confirmed. Gomer, Goober, too smart to get married. Looks can be deceiving. They were probably the wiliest characters in Mayberry. Floyd the Barber, confirmed bachelor. When you are a barber of Floyd's caliber, really, could it be any other way? Wait, come to think of it, there was one somewhat major character who was married. Who? Well, it's none other than the Mayberry Courthouse's semi-permanent resident, Otis Campbell. One could argue that he was happy as well, I guess. Although I think more likely than not, the bottle was his avenue of escape. So let's go ahead and, for the sake of Shannon's argument, say that he wasn't happy. Now, many of us who watched the Andy Griffith Show's spin-off, Mayberry RFD, know that he did eventually get married to schoolteacher Helen Crump. It happened in the very first episode of that show, and one can assume that Andy was very happy. Of course, when Andy showed back up a couple of years later in the new Andy Griffith Show, Helen was nowhere to be found. It looks like he'd also kicked Aunt Bee to the curb. So maybe, just maybe, they weren't that happy after all. It would take Andy years, in fact, to find his way back to Helen Crump. By this time, he was pretending to be a lawyer named Ben Matlock. And Helen, well, she had switched careers and had become a judge. So that's it. Thanks so much to Shannon Pace for adding a little levity to the comment threads. It's great when I can learn and laugh along with you guys. Closing shot on this video is of Deputy Warren, another bachelor from the Don Knotts School of Love. Happy? Mostly. Way more than many of the fans who, when Don left and poor Jack Burns took over, weren't that pleased with his performance. Tough shoes to step into for sure. What do you think? Are you buying Shannon's contention? Although I laughed at his comment, I really don't agree. I've been happily married for 27 years. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments section. And while you're at it, I'd love a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And I'd be honored if you would consider subscribing to my channel. I talk about music, movies, and lots of television, mostly from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.